Welcome to part 2 of A Natural Farm. We hope that you enjoyed part 1 as I did, even though I know that I am a plant geek aware. But now, guess what you're going to learn in part 2? Watch this show to learn how to grow avocados properly, number 1. Learn, number 2, the difference between live fruits and industrialized fruits. And number 3, the miracle of the olive tree and all the amazing reasons why you should own one. I hope you enjoy it. Have you heard of the bacon one? Is that good?
That's pretty good. It's a little more disease prone, I feel like. Around this area, the Joey does really well. Winter Mexican. If you're a guacamole fan, Brogdon is a really good
is that the
guacamole.
Big one?
A little bit bigger, not the Florida one. Those taste like wax to me.
I know, they're not as good.
No. The Brogdon is the same size, but good flavor. Not the waxy feeling in your
more
mouth.
of that, like that fatty flavor that you want.
Yep. One is a Florida native. So the firebush, the Seminoles used it a lot. Now we don't use it edibly, though it does produce berries. We mostly leave the berries for the wild birds to eat. But hummingbirds, butterflies, bees absolutely go bonkers with this.
So this is did you catch that?
So what is this?
Hummingbirds, butterflies, bees.
Ooh.
And that one's called the firebush.
It's not edible, but
it's a Florida native.
And so that's exactly, you don't have to necessarily plant everything edible, but this will have a relationship with your plants. It'll look good and bring in all of those wonderful things into your garden that you want.
Yep. And honestly, if we don't feed the bees, they're not going to pollinate our trees, so we're not going to get fruit either.
Most important thing it does is feed the bees, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Probably hummingbirds would come. I know hummingbirds like to come when there's little plants like this. I don't know if it holds water, but I've got a few.
You'll get the little nectar.
They come in for any little flower that's holding nectar. It's so cute.
Yep. So then all the way down here, now the peach trees look wretched because we just pruned these guys back. Yeah. But the avocados, these are 5-year-old avocados. Wow. And every one of these 5-year-old avocados are going to have between 70 and 120 fruit.
I'm so glad you answered that.
All over the place.
Because so many people want to know how quickly does it take for me to grow an avocado, and when is it going to fruit? Now, you said 5 years. When did it start fruiting originally?
About year 3.5.
Okay.
But here's the thing. There's this big trend online with TikTok that people take their avocado, they put it in water, and they try and root it and grow it. They're actually never going to get an avocado that's edible out of those. Wow. So what happens, avocados, they're cross-pollinating. So if they're growing that Hass avocado, it could have been cross-pollinated with 5 other different types of species, and most Hass have been grafted into something. So the seed that you get, you have about a 1 in 99 percent chance of getting the actual tree that you planted.
Oh my gosh.
Most of them are not going to be edible, and those take about 8 years to be able to get fruit. So the big TikTok trend of grow your avocado from a pit, it actually doesn't work in real life.
Okay.
Yeah, you got about a 1 in 99 of actually getting it.
Thank you, Chris. So now you just want to get a plant, right? You want to just get a plant.
Just get a plant. If you want to grow it from a pit, what you can do actually, if you grow it from a seed, you could graft into that. So you would actually let it grow to about this tall, cut that tree off that you grew, and then graft a good variety into it. Way quicker. You'll get it in 3 to 5 years.
Okay. So you can still do the seed, but you need to graft from the seed.
You gotta graft.
Gotcha. Good point.
Gotta graft. There was some kind of a bug that laid eggs in it. It's called a leaf burl. So the insect lays eggs on the other side. It doesn't hurt the plant or the tree. We don't use pesticides or herbicides. So.
Yeah, it looks like extra protein.
I just didn't even know. I was just like wondering, like, what if it was.
Yeah, it's called
Chris,
leaf burl.
Do you so if and we'll go over this at the end, but do you guys deliver for plants?
We can, Okay. So pretty. So this is a wonderful pomegranate. That's the actual variety name.
Okay.
So we really like the wonderful. There's also a variety called Afghansky that does well in Florida.
So what color is that going to end up being?
This one will be orange, almost red.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I know that I have a pomegranate. And I know when I bought it, there's white ones.
There are, yeah.
Red. There's a lot of different pomegranates, believe it or not.
Yeah.
That's, and again, it just goes back to, we don't just eat the red California pomegranate. Exactly. There is so much more to life.
There's so much more. And a lot of times the hidden ones have higher nutrient values and different flavor palettes and, you know.
Exactly. They do. They have different.
And in stores is they don't travel as well. So in stores, the reason why we have those red ones is they actually pick them when they're unripe and they let them ripen over months and months and months in the truck. So you're not getting the natural sugars that the plant is producing. Like eggs, when we buy them in the store, are probably 2 to 3 month old eggs.
Yes.
So it's like, it's just really, really bad. Versus these, they may not travel as well. They bruise a little bit easier, but you're getting more vitamin C, you're getting more astaxanthins, you're getting more phytonutrients and enzymes in this than
in my
ever
opinion,
get from
everything is going to be so much more rich in nutrients right off the plant, right off the tree.
100%.
The minute you take its life, it's dead. It's dying.
It's dying. It's dying.
So, you know, it's very important, and this is all part of planting native plants or even other plants, but edible plants. Native is the best because you're gonna get the best results out of that. But any edible plants, you know, you're eating fresh, more nutrient fruit. It's fantastic.
They say that you have 8 minutes from when you pick it off the tree before the enzymes start to die. So it's like, man, if you get it off the tree, 8 minutes, just start.
And have you heard about apples being several years old? They put them in, apples are in some cases several years old because they put them in rooms with no oxygen. And then it's only when they go to ship them.
There's 0 enzymes in that.
You believe that?
Yeah. I believe pretty much anything these days. So this is one of our mango trees. This is kind of a dwarf, so it's an orange sherbet.
Oh, wow.
Actually tastes like orange sherbet.
Wow.
So this is a sugar apple tree here. Some more mangoes. You can see another one of those big old fire spikes. And then back in the wild zone, there's a lot of gingers and turmerics and that sort of thing. So we just leave those. I don't walk in there a whole lot because that's a root crop that grows underground.
Because you're going to pull them when you want to harvest them.
When you want to harvest. So these ones here are regular, the orange turmeric. On that side, there was some black turmeric. Which is a very rare turmeric that has like 4 times the medicinal properties as the kind you'd buy in a store. And the inside of that turmeric root is like a blue, black, purple color. It's really an interesting.
So this is a question for you, and I'm not sure if I'm going to ask this right, but I've always been curious about rooted plants, and when you harvest them, are you going to just kill the plant, and then tell me how that process is?
In nature, whether you're doing ginger or like a garlic chive or something in the woods or a ramp, typically the rule is you want to harvest no more than half of that area because you want to leave some to reroot for next year. So if you're in your home garden, what you could do if you have ginger or turmeric like this is dig it all up and then save the best roots to put back in the ground for next year. And then take the other ones, they're a little bit weaker, they're going to taste the same to us, but then you've really ensured that your crop is actually going to get better and better and better every year. Now if you're in the wild and you're harvesting like wild ramps, for example, really high alanine levels like a garlic, that's something that I would harvest no more than like a 1/5 of. So really let nature have the best, and then you harvest about a 1/5 of that little plot. And that's going to ensure that it's really going to rejuvenate itself well the next year.
Great, thanks Chris.
So some more avos. So again, these are 5 to 6 year old trees, and every one of these has 70 to 100, 120 different fruit on it. This is the Brogden that I was telling you about. So this one will get really big, but it's my favorite for guacamole. It's just so freaking
It
good.
does kind of have the, the look of that Florida one, like you were saying.
It does,
But it's not
waxy, and it doesn't leave that gross taste in your mouth. And this is a really hardy variety.
Can I get one of these today? Like an actual avocado? I want to taste this now.
Well, these won't be ripe until July. Yeah, so these are going to be a hot minute, but come back in July, and you're welcome to
We're not
grab
far.
some. Here is called a June plum, and then behind it is a yerba mate. So June plum will get about this big.
He has that tree.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
And they're so good. Really deep purple fruit, and they taste like a really vibrant sweet tart. So they have a lot of flavor. This is not like the sweet kind of plum.
Is this a Florida native plant?
This is
Tree?
South Florida-ish.
Okay.
Yep. Really, really yummy. Very high
Love
vitamin
it.
C levels, vitamin A, vitamin K. And then behind it is yerba mate. Yerba mate is not native here. It's actually native to Brazil and Argentina. In Argentina, it's the national drink of Argentina.
Oh.
And the story behind it is amazing. So when I was in Argentina, all of the gauchos or the cowboys, they carry these little gourds at their side. They're dried out gourds for their coffee cup, and they carry the mate powder. So they don't drink coffee in Argentina. So they'll put the mate powder inside the gourd, and the straw has a filter on the end. And so they'll stick the straw in, and they'll drink the first gourd all the way down, and then they refill it with some hot water, and they pass their gourd to the person at their side, and you pass it all the way around the circle and drink. So mate is antiviral, antibacterial, so you don't have to worry about sharing the straw.
Right.
But it's basically like, instead of going out for coffee with them, you drink mate together, but you drink out of the same cup. So all the cowboys and the gauchos, you know, do it. You're sitting around a campfire, and all these manly men are passing around this cup
What
of
a
mate.
beautiful story.
But it's really yummy. It tastes like a little bit more of a bitter green tea, but it has all of the vitamins and minerals necessary to sustain life, but it does not have calories. So you couldn't live off from it, but if you add calories, that has every vitamin, mineral, and amino acid. Yep.
Which
Fantastic.
one is it?
It's called yerba mate. But yerba mate will grow probably 14 to 20 feet tall, and you just cut these stems off, dry them up in your house, and as soon as they're dried, you crush it into a powder, and it'll keep for 3 to 5 years, you know, in a sealed container. So back in here we have carambola, which is called starfruit. Does really well here. You can see the olive trees in the background. The olives that we grow here are the Arbacuna variety, so it's not a Florida native, but it's the best one for you want to press it or brine the olives. But I actually would grow olives here even if I didn't get a single olive, because olive leaf tea is good for the immune system, good for hair, skin, nails, digestive issues, and there's no caffeine.
I love it.
And you can do it fresh right off the tree, put it in water. Olives are it's such an ancient, beautiful plant.
It really
I mean, there's 5,000-year-old olive trees in Jerusalem.
Isn't that something?
You know, that's just amazing.
And they
for the
are.
story.
They are amazing. Now, conversely, the star fruit, I heard, in excess cannot be good for you.
Correct. Yep.
It has too much, what is it?
Oxalic acid, I believe that there is in it. And the same thing with, you know, a lot of the heavy greens, you know, longevity spinach and some of the cooked greens. We just do things in moderation.
Moderation.
You know?
It's like that also with kiwi. Kiwi has high levels of, it might be the same thing as the star fruit. I've got to look into it, but I know that you don't want to eat too much kiwi either. So
all things in moderation.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yep.
Something's excessive.
Something.
You know?
Yep.
Water
my
is
greens.
good.
Water, my greens,
It's
longevity.
Ethan.
Did you tell him to come with his truck?
He didn't do the ants.
So this one is called longevity spinach. So this one is not a Florida native, but we grow it here as an understory. Longevity spinach will grow kind of viney. You can grow it up on trellises, but it has a lot of vitamins, minerals, biotin, and it's a fantastic source of omega-3 fatty acids, which is very hard to get in the plant world. So a lot like spinach. A lot of vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin K, and it's a little bit thicker. I like to do it like in my eggs in the morning, in soups and stews is really good, but it's a really yummy pot herb, a very, very high density nutrient value, and it has like the thickness, the mucilagenic or whatever it's called properties will actually help coat the stomach and help with digestive issues.
You can actually taste that, the coating in the stomach. It's actually really good. It's much better than a spinach. Spinach, it almost feels like it's not even in the game when it comes to this. This is thicker, it's more crunchy, and it does have that for the coating in the stomach. You can actually taste that in there. Really good.
And it's the easiest to root on your own. When you buy one, stick that in water. It'll get roots within 2 weeks and you plant it. Super easy.
Thank you.
Yep.
This is going in the garden. This is going to be in the native
So what
Eats
you'll
garden.
do is just strip all the leaves off except for those. Stick it in some water so you get roots.
Okay.
Good to go.
Love it. We're going to add this to our native Eats garden.
Yeah, do it.
Hey, I hope you really enjoyed that and that it was educational for you. I brought you to a little bit of a tiny food forest just to show you that you don't need a lot of space to have a lot of different things together and nutrients. So here we've got some Georgia collards, and we've got some tarragon and some thyme. This is lemon thyme, and that's Italian oregano, and those are some more collards and some rosemary. And this is a peach tree that we had that kind of went south or north for the winter, I don't know which. And we'll put another tree there. But you don't need a lot of space, and we use a lot of these in our recipes daily. So I want you guys, though, to stay tuned for the next 2 shows, 3 and 4. There is some footage of my favorite native Florida fruit, and it is really, really unusual looking. It looks like something you've never seen before, and the fruit is really, really good for you, and it tastes really good. So I want you guys to stay tuned to watch that and see it for yourself. See you guys soon.